Perplexity Computer Update, automate and build anything. What if you could type one sentence and have AI build you a full working app, or run a competitive research report while you sleep, or automate an entire workflow without touching a single tool yourself? That is not a future thing. That is Perplexity Computer, and it just launched. I'm Julian, and in this video, I'm going to walk you through exactly what Perplexity Computer is, what it can actually do right now, and whether it is worth the price tag. No fluff. Let's go. So what is Perplexity Computer? Most AI tools work the same way. You type something, it responds. You type again, it responds again. You are doing all the thinking, all the coordinating, all the step-by-step work yourself. The AI just fills in the gaps. Perplexity Computer flips that. You describe an end result. Computer figures out every step needed to get there, assigns each step to the best AI model for that job, runs everything, and delivers the finished output. You are not prompting back and forth, you are delegating. Perplexity calls it a general purpose digital worker, and that framing actually makes sense once you see it in action. It launched February 25th, 2026, and it is exclusively available to Perplexity Max subscribers right now. The thing that makes it different here is what separates Computer from everything else. It does not rely on one AI model, it orchestrates 19 of them. At the core is Claude Opus 4.6, which handles the main reasoning and planning. Then it routes each subtask to a specialist: Gemini for deep research, Nano Banana, which is Google's image model for visuals, VO 3.1 for video, Grok for fast lightweight tasks, GPT 5.2 for long context recall, and broad search. Each model doing what it is actually best at. Think about how you would build a great team. You would not hire the same person for every role. You would find the best person for each job. Perplexity is applying that exact logic to AI, and the data backs it up. In January 2025, over 90% of enterprise tasks on Perplexity were handled by just 2 models. By December 2025, no single model was handling more than 25%. Models are specialized in fast, and a system that can route intelligently across all of them is going to outperform anything locked into one. What does it actually do? Let me get practical, because this is where it gets good. You give Computer a goal, not a prompt, a goal. Here are real examples of what it can handle. You want a web app that pulls live data and displays it. Describe it. Computer writes the code, structures the app, and delivers something functional. You want daily monitoring on 5 competitors. Set it up once. Computer runs in the background, checks for updates, and only flags you when something worth knowing changes. You want a full research report on a market or topic. Computer gathers the data, pulls from multiple sources, and builds it into a finished document. Multiple subtasks run in parallel, which is where the real-time saving happens. One sub-agent is writing while another is gathering the data it needs. One is building while another is researching. Perplexity ran thousands of internal tasks through Computer before the public launch, from building apps to publishing web copy. And it connects to the tools you already use: Gmail, Google Drive, Slack, HubSpot, Ahrefs, Reddit, and more, with over 400 app integrations total. So when it sends an email, it actually sends it through your Gmail. When it pulls context, it pulls from your actual drive. These are real actions in real tools. Computer figures out every step needed to get there, assigns each step to the best AI model for that job, runs everything, and delivers the finished output. You are not prompting back and forth, you are delegating. Perplexity calls it a general purpose digital worker, and that framing actually makes sense once you see it in action. When I was first getting into building AI workflows properly, figuring out which tools were actually worth the time versus which ones just looked impressive in a demo took ages, that is when I found AI Profit Boardroom. Over 2,000 members sharing real use cases and what is actually working day to day. It saved me a lot of trial and error. If you want that kind of community around you, link is in the description. The safety side. Now, some of you will be thinking about other agents you have heard of, like OpenClaw, and it is worth understanding the difference. OpenClaw runs locally on your machine with deep access to your files and settings. That gives it a lot of power, but also a lot of risk. There was a publicly reported incident where OpenClaw nearly wiped a researcher's inbox because it misread an instruction. That is not a small problem when you are running autonomous tasks. Computer runs entirely in the cloud, sandboxed and isolated. If something goes wrong, it's fenced off from your real data, and before it takes any irreversible action, like sending an email, publishing a site, or pushing code, it stops and asks you to confirm. You are always in control of the decisions that actually matter. It also means zero setup on your end, no terminals, no API keys, no permissions to configure. You open the app, describe what you want, and it gets to work. Is it worth $200 a month? Perplexity Computer is available on the Max plan, which is $200 per month or $2,000 per year. A rollout to Pro and Enterprise tiers is coming, so that may have changed by the time you are watching this. That is a premium price, and it deserves a straight answer. If you are a researcher, developer, or running complex multi-step workflows regularly, the time this saves you could easily justify the cost. If you are a casual user who asks a few questions a day, it is probably not the right tier yet. What I would say is this: Perplexity grew users 3.7 times in 2025 and revenue 4.7 times. Revenue growing faster than users tells you people are finding real value and paying more for it. This is not a product people are subscribing to and forgetting. The bottom line: Perplexity Computer is the most complete autonomous AI workflow tool available to consumers right now. One prompt, 19 models working in coordination, real integrations with the tools you already use, cloud-based, sandboxed, and safe. The AI space is moving toward agents that do work, not just answer questions. Perplexity just shipped that. Whether you jump on it now at $200 a month or wait for the Pro rollout, understanding how it works puts you ahead. If you want to go deeper on AI tools like this and actually implement them in your work, check out AI Profit Boardroom. Over 2,000 people sharing what is working, what is not, and which tools are worth your time. No hype. Practical guidance from people doing the work. Link in description. And for the full process, SOPs, and over 100 AI use cases, join the AI Success Lab. Links in the comments and description, plus access to our community of 46,000 members who are getting serious results with AI. Hit like if this was useful, subscribe if you are not already, and I will catch you in the next one.